They're selling our land. They're selling our archipelago of sea and sand. Now break down the acronym like you in class. Oh, they're selling the whole country. Ooh, they're selling our. And I never been down with no OPP. I talking about selling our people's property. Don't know who doing it, so don't round me out. Don't send no police round me and tell me shush my mouth. Where's our conviction? But where's our pride? We selling everything, selling our backside. Just go online, it'll make you sick. You can buy any island, just point and click. See, they're selling our country, yes, they're selling our land. They're selling our archipelago of sea and sand. Now break down the acronym like you in class. Oh, they're selling the whole country. Ooh, they're selling our. Hey, hey. Ride him. My mother always said when you find a donkey, ride it. Who's donkey? What? Come on. We got a whole nation in 73. Now we getting back the whole country. What kind of fools we must be, selling out for a bag of rice and a cup of tea. You know what does bug me? Help me understand. I can't find piece of property for under 80 grand, but I can fix this. I know what to do. I can squat just like them other people try make me do. See, they're selling our country, yes, they're selling our land. They're selling our archipelago of sea and sand. Now break down the acronym like you in class. Oh, they're selling the whole country. Ooh, they're selling our. They're selling our country. They're selling our land. They're selling our archipelago of sea and sand. Now break down the acronym like you in class. Oh, they're selling the whole country. Ooh, they're selling our. I get everybody sell some every day. They're selling one island, they won't keep. What can be left for you and me? Is this the example? What's our kids to do? You want them have a sense of pride, or go selling too? Cause they're selling our country, yes, they're selling our land. They're selling our archipelago of sea and sand. Now break down the acronym like you in class. Oh, they're selling the whole country. Ooh, they're selling our. They're selling our country, yes, they're selling our land. They're selling our archipelago of sea and sand. Now break down the acronym like you in class. Oh, they're selling our whole country. Ooh, they're selling our. They're selling our country, yes man. They're selling our land. They're selling our archipelago of sea and sand. Now break down the acronym like you in class. Oh, they're selling the whole country. Ooh, they're selling our. They're selling our country, yes, yes. They're selling our land. They're selling our archipelago of sea and sand. Now break down the acronym like you in class. Oh, they're selling the whole country. Ooh, they're selling our.
Whoa, girls, we out doing
The Dutch farmers who have been protesting tirelessly and fighting back against the EU's restrictions on livestock and farming have successfully taken over their government. Because they didn't just protest and wait around for some politician to help them out, they formed their own political party, which is now the largest political party in the Netherlands, winning 15 out of 75 seats in the Senate, which gives them power to block legislation and also gives them more seats than the current prime minister. Let this inspire you to action. Too many of you are sitting on the sidelines. Enough. Get off the bench and into the battlefield. These globalists who are trying to play God, they're not invincible. Remember when Agenda 2030 was Agenda 21? They had to push it back because of Trump and because we the people would not comply with their COVID.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you so much for being here. It's always a pleasure to have you here. This is going to be an interesting one. This one is not going to be so much about what I have to say, but it's going to be a lot about what our guest, who is sitting backstage, has to say. We didn't get to do a sound check and all that with him, so when we get him on, we will do all of that. So just bear with us. Please bear with us while we get that straight. The man who I'm about to bring on is in government, on one of the government boards right now. Notice I'm getting right to this because we had a late start. It was time to start. And we're already having some issues. Yeah, we're already having some issues, internet. If we go off, we're going to come back on. Whenever you're dealing with government stuff, you start out with interference. So y'all just bear with us, okay? All right, and what you know what to do, get on here and share. All right. I have about 29,000 followers on my Facebook page, but only about 100 of you get the notification because they've blocked notifications from going out. Someone says no sound. All right, I hope that is not true. All right, so let me make sure. Let me know if y'all can hear me. All right. All right, cool. So we have a special guest on here. He's a man who's very respectable. When you see him and hear his name, you're gonna know exactly who he is. Okay, everyone says they could hear. Good. So when you see him, you're gonna know exactly who he is. He's a respectable man who has been out there in the public for a very long time, and he's also known as a no-nonsense man. He's on a government board right now, and he's seeing some things. He's experiencing some things. But this is a man who has a true heart of the people. And when I introduce him, you're going to know exactly what I mean. So I'm going to do a quick little short video to do a little quick sound check. And then I'm going to bring this gentleman on, and we are going to have a serious conversation about our country and the state of our nation and what's going on in our country. So this is just a quick sound check, and then I'll introduce this respectable gentleman, to you. There we go.
What happened in Dubai with the citizens?
Monarchy take care of their people and make sure that they're paid 2,000 per family, maybe 3,000, and life is cheaper there. But all the Dubai citizens are paid, very paid.
From who?
From the monarch, from the king.
From the king?
Yeah, from the king.
Wow.
Money comes in
Through
the government. The government distributes the money to the people, and there are no poor people. They're like only
Dubai,
poor people in
you
Dubai
cannot be
are
poor.
those that came
No
from
poor
another
in
country.
Dubai.
No poor in Dubai.
Just like Kuwait, they get money, like almost like American Indian the casinos. The money goes out to the people. Okay? And the only poor people in Dubai or Kuwait are those who come from other countries to work for the citizens that are there.
Wow.
And in Israel, if you're a citizen, you get a lot of $10,000 and $50,000, but you have to wait per person.
Wow. Bahamas. It's happening around the world. In the Bahamas, we are a rich nation.
We are a rich nation,
And the
beautiful
Bahamas
nation.
government refused to give us money. Change is coming
change.
to the Bahamas.
Yeah.
It's coalition time.
I wish all the best for Bahamas to be rich people. That's it.
Thank
To
you.
be the rich people in the world. That's what people think. We're rich people in the world.
Wow.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, all we got to do is change our minds and change our thinking. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to introduce to you a gentleman. Again, he's on one of the government agencies right now. He's with the Consumer Protection Agency, and I think he's the vice chair or vice commissioner. I think he'll explain that to you better. But he is a champion who's been fighting for Bahamians for a very long time in the unions, etc. And he is someone who a lot of people respect. He doesn't take individual sides when it comes to politics, but he is a no-nonsense man, and everyone knows him as a no-nonsense man. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Mr. Rock Morris. Good afternoon, Mr. Morris.
Yes, a pleasant good evening, Mr. Bain. How you doing?
I am awesome, man. I hope you are doing well. It's awesome to have you here. You are a very respected Bahamian, a very respectable Bahamian, and you are loved in many sectors.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Bain. It's a pleasure for me to join you. And I find myself in this position because I happened to listen to your live several days ago, and I heard you speak about the Consumer Protection Commission.
Yes.
I'm the deputy chair.
Yes.
I was quite intrigued when you spoke to some extent about possible corruption there at that agency. And
Yes.
Because you are spot on, I figure I cannot just let you talk, and I am a part of it, and I am satisfied based on my time there, what I'm experiencing there, what I consider to be corruption, deep corruption. And I have every reason to feel that way. I've been with the commission for about 4 years. And let me say that I am very unhappy with what I see happening to the Bahamian funds, my funds, and the players involved and what is going on. Let me say this. Right now, the Consumer Protection Commission is situated at Charlotte House in Charlotte Street. For the past probably about 2 years, and prior to that, we were on East Street South. We were accessible to the ordinary man and woman who needs help from us, and so where we are located may not have been the best place, but at least a consumer can walk in and get the help. And so earlier this year, I was given the task of finding a new location for us. I did my due diligence, went all over the place, found several places that we could use, costing us about $7,000 there. And that was passed on to the board. However, it was said to us at a meeting that do not worry about those places that we were searching for. The minister has found a place, and it's a fait accompli. You have nothing more to say, right?
Fait accompli means that decision is final.
Yes. And so I said to my board members that, I have to register my disapproval for what is happening, because that's not the way. We were given the job to supposedly find a place, and now the minister, and in case you guys will know, the minister I'm referring to, I'm talking about Alcides, Michael Alcides, just in case there's any question who I'm referring to.
Mm-hmm.
And so, that being said, we were told that the place that we were going is on Howell Road, next to the Leslie Miller place.
Mm-hmm.
And I was made to understand that this building was just recently purchased by none other than the same name you call Tilly Burris and some others.
Yeah.
Yeah, whether or not Jerome Fitzgerald and others are involved, I don't know, right?
Mm-hmm.
But he is the main player I know in this. And right, and let me tell you something. That building, where that building is located, anyone who needs help from the Consumer Protection Commission got a taxi ride one way or the other. They cannot walk in. Why is it? Why is it that the Bahamian consumer is being put at a disadvantage to go all the way down Howell Road if they need help? Of course, we know there's roads and so forth, but the kicker is that this building is owned by one of the PLP generals. Now, listen here, don't get me wrong. I believe, as a supporter of any political party, there should be some spoils coming away, whether you like it or not, right? But the manner in which these things are done is really what's bothering me. That we are paying but $15,000 now where we are at. We could have been going someplace that will cost us about $7,000. But no, the minister's position is it's a fait accompli, finished. It's not happening. That's where you're going, right? Wow. And so, the names are being thrown around that some ministers may be involved or others may be involved. I heard Shane Gibson. I don't know. All I do know is this, that building, I understand. I heard you call $50,000. I believe it's twice that amount. I believe the rent for that building is double that amount. If it ain't
100,000,
if it ain't 100,000, tell them prove it. Tell them prove it.
Wow.
Because what I've seen happening is really, really bothering me, Lincoln. Right? Because not only did that building was being provided, it was built out. You know what it means for something to be built out?
That means that they have to do all the work on the inside. So the government had to spend all the money to do all the renovations, etc.
Yes, and I understand it was tens of thousands of dollars. And the thing about it, right? The thing about it, I'm not saying that there is a minister involved doing anything crooked or corrupt. But I tell you this, the two agencies that were sent there are under the ministry of Mr. Halkidas, Consumer Affairs and Consumer Protection Commission. Now, it may be a coincidence, but my brother, I don't think so. When you have the cronies occupying getting these buildings, and then the minister responsible for these two agencies ensuring that those are rented, that those are all of the infrastructure are put in, I smell a rat, and it ain't no small rat; it's a big rat, Lincoln. Right? It makes no sense what they're doing. They're making it difficult for the ordinary man to come and deal with their complaints. While these persons, whoever they may be, are collecting monies that belongs to the Bahamian people. But
so for a lot of people just turned in, the viewership kind of tripled when you start talking. So I just want to introduce you to some people who might not know who you are. You are the Deputy Chairman of the Consumer Protection Commission.
That is correct, sir. I'm the Deputy Chair. I've been the Deputy Chair now for almost 15 months.
And so this new lease for this building that belongs to a PLP crony, this didn't go through you and the board?
No, sir. The discussion, when I heard about it, we were told no need to go, no need to do anything else. It's been taken care of. That this is what the minister wants, and that's what he's going to get.
And there's
Huh?
allegations. Of course, we can't prove it, but of course, we're talking about public treasury, and this is of public importance. So I'll say this is allegations that there may be some government officials involved with the ownership. People are alleging it may be Halkitis. We can't prove that. Jerome Fitzgerald, all right, and others. And again, these are allegations. But we know that Tilly Burrows is a part
He's
of
the
it.
main person. Yeah.
Main person.
My friend Tilly.
Your
I know
friend.
he's someplace cussing me now if you know what I'm that I'm here.
He cussing you, but you're doing this because it's the right thing to do for the Bahamian
Yes,
people.
yes, sir. It's the right thing. And let me tell you something. What before I go on, in addition to those funds, as we speak, more than $70,000 has already been spent on furniture, and the building is not fully furnished.
You accidentally said 70,000,
Yeah, 70.
70,000
Yes, sir.
on furniture.
Oh no, yeah, just for the CPC side. Now perhaps exactly the same amount or more would have been spent, or it's being spent on the consumer protection side. I mean the consumer welfare
So
side.
there's two different government agencies.
Yes.
Each of them may have a lease for 50,000 because the 50,000 I quoted was just for the consumer protection.
Yeah. Yes, that's my understanding.
So we're actually talking about a 1.2 million a year lease.
Quite possible.
Jesus.
Ask them to show us.
To show us, which they should do. They're the government. They should be giving account.
Yes.
How is it that the board itself wasn't a part of all of this?
Yes, and this is why I am so upset with Michael Pintard, because you end up with this because I tried to talk to him. He is the government. He is the person responsible for keeping his eye on the government purse, and I gave him this opportunity several times to address it, but he does not see the importance.
No way. You're trying to say you gave this information that you're giving us now to the leader of the opposition?
No, I did not. I gave him the opportunity, and I told him that I wish to speak to him, but he chose not to. And I did say to him about what's going on at CPC. In fact, I have it, and I WhatsApp it to him, so he can always see that.
Wow.
Right? And so here it is. After hearing you, I said I will come and speak to you. So you will be the beneficiary of this because he chose not to.
Wow.
Okay, and so 70,000 has already been spent, and the building that CPC is going on is not even fully furnished. So here it is. It seems to me that we have another Brussels. That the embassy was it in Brussels?
Yeah.
All that money, Bahamian money, because
This is good friend spent a bunch of money.
We got to stop doing this. Liket, we have to stop doing this. You know. It's you, and you know what annoys me about this as well? The board that I'm a part of is quite aware of what's going on, right? They don't have the stomach to stand up and say what is going on is wrong, right? Once their party member agrees or say something, they just go along with it. They just go along with it. You see, my chairman, Walter Ferguson, you see, he got to live up to. I'm not sure what, because you see, he has two, as I understand it, he has two contracts. His wife has two contracts, and his 20-year-old son in California, he has a contract. You see, so these people, they're getting something, and so I can appreciate them. They're not wanting to upset the board or whatever, but what they're doing is wrong. Nobody is going to give me a contract. Just so I can be quiet. I make $600 a month as a deputy commissioner, you know. But no one is gonna get me to do things that is not right. Things that I can see. I'm an intelligent person. I understand what's going on, and the board that is now there, they are a bunch of, all of them in my eyes are corrupt persons.
Wow.
Right? All of them. I mean, well, there's one. Let me say this. There's one decent person there on the board. It's a young lady. Listen here, I just so love her. But the rest of them, Nino Newbold, the Reverend Edna Minutes, Patrice Watson, Adley. Man, listen, these people, something, and of course, Franklin Ferguson. These people, listen
Wow.
here, they ought to grab whatever they can from of the Bahamian monies. You know what, Mr. Ferguson has said, the chairman. This is
Mhm.
their time. They got to take advantage of it. It's their time. I mean, and they're not saying anything that others. That's what the others have been doing as well. For some reasons, when these persons get in power, it's time to. Huh? Um, Ferguson is getting $1,000 a month as the chair, right? So what does he need to contract for? Why does his wife need to contract? Why does his son need to contract? These are the kind of things that's going on. And then we're supposed to sit back and say nothing. And so right now, I'm a bad guy. I'm a bad guy. You
You're
see?
speaking the truth.
Yes, but I don't
Who's
know
coming?
what is going on. You know why? Because I am the deputy chair. Okay, and Walter and his cronies, so among the board, they will have their own private board meetings. They don't even invite me. Decisions are made without me even being involved. Or you contact me, so
What?
they know how I go. They know how I go, and so in order for them to do certain things, they do not include me. That's why it's a joy for me to speak to what is going on, so that the Bahamian people could know the scum that we have working here at CPC. And I'll tell you this. Well, Halkidas can put them back if he wants. If Halkidas wants to restore dignity to CPC, not a single one of them, except one lady, is deserving of going back to the board of CPC. It's
Wow.
horrible, man. It's horrible. I'm
Wow.
in it. I
And
know it's hard to believe, but
go ahead.
it's the
Go
truth.
ahead.
I am not making up no stories on anyone. I am living it. And you see, the thing about it, right, is that I'm not saying they are corrupt. I'm saying we are corrupt because I'm a board member. So any corrupt decisions we make or we allow to be made, we are all part of it. So I'm
Wow.
corrupt too. By
Wow.
session, despite the fact that I may have shown my disapproval or disagreement, that when the board makes a decision, whether I like it or not, I'm a part of that board. You see, but
Wow.
I want the Bahamas to know, despite that, I still have my name, and anything they see ODRs relate to CPC that does not appear correct, I want them to know that Tyrone Rock Morris had nothing to do with it.
Mm. Wow. I want to ask you this question for a reason. You don't have to answer this particular one, but there's a reason I want to ask you this. Who did you vote for in the last election?
Well, before I answer, I'll say this. If you check the newspaper, you check the television, you check the radio, Tyrone Rock Morris was there inviting the Bahamian people to support Mr. Brave Davis. I supported Brave Davis in the last election. You must remember that the TUC signed a memorandum of understanding saying that they would do certain stuff, right? And we begged the Bahamian people to support them. But I did not beg the people for this kind of corruption. I don't think that's fair to them. I asked them to support them, but not for this kind of corruption. No, sir.
All right. So the reason I asked you that is because I don't want people to think this is political, like you just against the government, etc., and you just want to hurt the government. No, you supported this
Oh
government.
yes, I voted. Oh yeah,
Supported Brave.
yes, yes, sir. And I've asked the Bahamian people to support it.
Wow. Are you disappointed right now?
You need to find a different word because disappointed won't be appropriate. Can you think of another word that I'm
Disgusted.
disgusted, disappointed? Listen, yeah. See, don't get me wrong, Lincoln. I do not believe all of the government agencies and so forth are corrupt, but I do know, based on what I see, I have every reason to feel that what's happening at CPC is total corruption.
Oh wow.
I'm sure there's some good agencies out there, but this one where I'm a part of, that Michael Akitis is the head of. Boy, listen here. I don't have nothing good to say. Nothing
Wow.
good to say.
and you're on the board.
Yes.
When is this building supposed to be open?
Well, it actually should have. My understanding is that it would have been open this week, but I don't know because they don't share those kind of information with
You're
me.
the deputy chairman. They're
Yeah.
not sharing that information with you?
No, I don't know, and I'm the deputy chair. So that tells you that, you know, if they can have it their way, I won't be a part of any meetings they had. And we have not been, you know, just out of transparency, we have not been doing well as a board because I have a problem with the way in which they go about doing things. They have they are juvenile. Their behaviors are juvenile.
Wow.
Juvenile. Let me give you this quick example. I am a trained labor advocate. Right now, tonight, before coming on, I had to deal with employment law costs because, you know, that finished at 9. That's why I could only come on now. Do you know we had to discipline a staff, and not once they did what they say, Miss Morris or Rock or whatever they choose to call me. What's the best way for us to deal with this matter? Well, because of their dishonest behavior and tendencies, they knew should they come to me, what I would have said. And so before they do that, they went and make their own decisions, a handful of them, and not once did they speak to the person who has some understanding on labor relations. That's me.
Wow.
Just not two. So what does that tell you, Lincoln? I am there, free to them. I am there. And before they come and ask me, Mr. Morris, whatever that situation is, can we get your input on it so that we can make a proper decision? No, sir. They refuse to speak to me. Because after one sort of discussion and they saw where my head was at in regard to it, they refuse. They start. And in fact, they formed. I have a little joke. Now there are three chat groups at CPC. But before I let you go, to show you how they are in January and in February, I wrote to our chat group and I pointed out to them the Procurement Act, right? On 2 occasions, you think one of them responded, right? I said to them, listen here, this could be problematic. This could be problematic if we do not deal with this properly. I tell them it'll be problematic. Not a single one of them responded to me. And the last message I sent to them was February 23rd, and I said, if whatever is being done in relocating CPC should be in accordance with the below bill, if not, it can become problematic. Right now, I put on the Public Procurement Bill 2022 and all of this, just so that they can see where my head is at. But they're not interested. That's the kind of corruption we're dealing with.
Wow.
They're not interested. And the first time I sent this to them was at the end of this January. They are not interested. So they are equally as corrupt as those persons who are involved in that building on Howell Road.
My Lord. I'm hearing that this is happening in government with other buildings.
I won't be surprised.
Yeah, I'm hearing about this prison deal where it jumped from 50 million to 90 million. Mm-hmm. And, we're going to release documents on that in short order. I mean, it seems like every time this government comes to power, this particular administration, I mean, we keep going back in the same circle over and over.
Yeah. And I have nothing against people making money. I have nothing. I mean, because somebody got to do it. I mean, and I think you should be considering your followers. But there are procurement situation. I mean, who authorized whatever hundreds of tens of thousands to be spent on that building? Who authorized that? And what is so disgraceful is that the person who the Minister of Economic Affairs is Hal Keaters. He should know the proper way for things to be done. He's the minister. He should know, right? Make sure that nobody come and point the finger at him, right? But right now, look at his friends and families and whoever. They pull in their own deals.
And it sounds like they got a loan for this building. Like Tilly and them got a loan
Well,
from the bank, and that means they would have been making free money, because if they got a lease, a long-term lease from the government, and they got a loan, the lease is going to just pay off the loan, and everything they make is gravy. They didn't really have to put up nothing.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if I can. You think it's any possibility of me being able to get a little small piece of that, Lincoln?
Well, that's your PLB friends. You vote PLB, yeah, I know. I didn't vote for them.
Yeah, no, I'm just trying to be funny, But it really ain't funny. It's a serious thing, and something needs to be done. This corruption, we need to put an end to this type of corruption. I'm glad. They ain't do nothing for me. I never asked them for anything. You know what I mean? And so my hands are clean.
Wow.
At least in this regard. My hands are
even
clean.
though you supported them, even though you asked people to support them, you still didn't ask them for nothing.
No, sir. Wow. And that's the same way I was with those other people too. I do it because I believe in it. You don't owe me. I don't owe you anything. You don't owe me anything. That's why I speak the way I speak. Because, nothing changed hands for me. That's the way I operate. My old lady, she talked to me, said way for being this way, but I tell her that's the way she made me, And at the end of the day, I can sleep good. You understand?
Yeah.
I can sleep good.
Yes. Are you willing to take some calls from the public?
Sure, man.
All right. The phone number is 803-5995, 803-5995. What do you think about this that you're hearing, the corruption here? Do you have any questions for Mr. Rock Morris? And why would someone who supported the government decide that he's going to speak the truth in his area? And there are so many people who are coming forward and speaking. I'll be
in 5 minutes.
Okay, he's getting the call.
All right.
803-5995 is the number. Call us quickly. Mr. Morris has to go. What do you think? How do you feel? If you have any questions for him, 803-5995 is the number. Okay, the phone is ringing now. There we go. Good afternoon, you're live. Go ahead, man.
Good afternoon to your guests.
Good afternoon.
I hear. Listen to this poor gentleman, man. Look at this is disgrace in this country,
Wow.
Now I come in with what he said. Now I don't know if he's serious about what he said. $600 a month.
That's what he's getting paid. Yeah.
Man, that's less than $100. That's less than $200 a week.
Yeah, that's fine. It's a civic duty, really. I mean, I don't have a big thing about it. That's fine. I can live with that. That's fine.
Yeah, but bro, look here. Thank God for men like you who get the guts to come out and expose these corrupt dirtbags that we have in this country. And see, I have no better words to use than these words. That's what they is, a bunch of dirt corrupt bags.
I agree with you, sir. Those associated with CPC, I know for sure.
Being honest, look at this just hurt me to the core. My guts when I hear garbage like this. I feel like grabbing them and doing like what Samson did to the foxes when he tied every one of them by the tails and burn them on fire and let them go.
Yeah.
All right, so we got some other calls trying to come through. Thank you for your call. We appreciate it.
Lincoln boy, y'all take it easy, man.
All right, see you at the rally on June 2nd.
With Lincoln, I need to talk to you about that rally.
Okay, let me take another call first.
Okay.
Good afternoon. You're live.
Good afternoon, my president.
How you doing?
I want to address my comment to Mr. Rock Morris.
Go ahead.
Rock Morris, I know you noticed this. I know you noticed this because we have been in the trenches together.
Okay.
Turn your whatever you listening to that on, turn it down so it doesn't echo. Yeah, turn that down. Just listen to the phone.
Sorry for moving up and down, but duty calls.
Yeah, I understand. Go ahead, Rob. Go ahead.
Are you ready to come over here?
This is not for coming over or going under. This is about exposing corruption.
No, you gotta come over because I've been telling you that for years.
Hey, Daphne, take it easy, okay?
Where you want him to come over to?
He coming over to the COI, baby. He should have been there a long time.
Long time, man.
Listen.
I told him in my that long time.
Who knows? Who knows?
I never want PLP in my whole entire life. I'm doing it 10 now. Rock Morris, you are a good guy. I know who you all about. We used to be union people. But don't do it. You're too old for that.
To do what?
Save our country, honey.
I too old to do what?
Our country needs us.
Yeah, I'm listen, yeah, and in a month I can be 69. So I just want to do my civic duty. I just want to do my civic duty.
We still got fight in us, Rock. We still have to fight. Trust me. Don't let these sneakers sneak our country.
But I'm doing what I can now, and hopefully others can do the same.
But remember this.
All right.
Come over and do some good. Use your expertise to do good for our country. We let these pirates scam us for 50 years.
Wow.
Hell no. I knew it. Long time. I talked about it.
Thank
Nobody
you.
listened to me. So do your thing, Rock.
Thank
Love
you.
you. Love you,
Thank you, my
guys.
dear.
All right, love you too. Bye.
Okay.
Rock, you said you wanted to say something about the rally.
Oh no, I said I'm going to call you about that.
Okay.
For Labor Day, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I need to talk to you on that.
Okay, that's no problem.
Yeah.
Well, I know it sounds like you have to go. But Rock, I want to say this. I really honor you. Do you know which contracts those persons have?
Mr. Ferguson, I know he has a graveyard one. He has one at Coral Harbor. Graveyard. I think it's something near to St. Joseph. The one at Coral Harbor, and there may also be one in Cat Island. I'm not sure.
Wow.
I don't really have that proper information.
Okay, I'll take another call. Give me one sec. Good evening, you're live.
Good night. How are you?
I'm awesome. How are you?
I'm wonderful. I'm so happy that someone decided to take the bull by the horn and run with it, because for too long this country has been so corrupted. And if no one can see it, the powers that be, they can't see it. They're too blind to see it, or they just plain, I don't know what, I don't want to say a wrong word, but it is horrible.
Wow.
I'm working for the government, and they won't even give me what I'm supposed to get. Why? Because they have persons that are networking to destroy Bahamian people. It's the worst thing could ever happen to Bahamians. If you're doing that to Bahamians, what you think the foreigners gonna come and do?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
And now, like Lofton Roker, I heard earlier when they were talking about Lofton Roker, where he sat down after he done said what he had to say, but why would you keep talking if no one is listening?
Yeah.
No one listened. And now the Bahamas is facing the consequences of allowing people to come in the country and having children, and now their children are sitting up in these chairs and being disgusting to other Bahamian people. They're not original or organic Bahamians, and they don't care.
Wow.
And so I'm hoping that Mr. Lincoln Bean and Mr. Morris, I hope that y'all could continue and take this bull and really run with it until it come to fruition.
Yeah.
Because some change needs to happen.
Thank you very much.
Haiti went down because of corruption. Jamaica going down because of corruption. Something different needs to happen.
Yeah. Thank you for your call.
And F&M, they should be finished with.
Thank you for your call.
Anyway, that's my 5 cents.
Right.
You
Thank
know,
you.
when I was thinking about all of this, Lincoln, my mind ran on Loftus Roker when he made those remarks that the corruption is rocking the party to the foundation, you know, and that's what I see. You know, it's just so unfortunate. I mean, you know, I know everyone want to make some money and so forth, but they donate at the expense of others, and we are taxpayers, and it really shouldn't be. It shouldn't be linked. It shouldn't be. But
There's, in my view, there is enough to go around for everybody. More Bahamians can be taken care of. There's a few greedy people that's controlling everything and spoon feeding the rest of the Bahamian public, and that has to change. And we're going to change that. We need a country that is free of corruption. And at our rally, we are going to show persons exactly how this can be done. Our rally is not going to be about bashing the PLP and F&M. This is going to be about a vision for the new Bahamas. You know, we've had enough of that bashing, et cetera, et cetera. We want a vision, and we want to move to a Bahamas where our people are put first and that we know we can do things that matter. The problem in our country, Rock, is that governments only do what they can make money from. That's the problem. And that's why you're experiencing what you're experiencing right now on that board. It's because they're only doing that because they found some way to make money. And, you know, a piece of the pie goes to the party. That's how they fund the party, and it goes to the big wigs. You know, a piece of that pie. And they do that with so many different buildings. It's going to be a lot of money when you look at. So that's 1 billion, and that's 1.2 million a year, possibly. Imagine how much other buildings they're doing this with.
yes, but let me share this with you. You know, these persons are putting themselves out as leaders of the Progressive Liberal Party, right? And if they are corrupt, you see how this thing will be continued. The corruption will be continued because they can be moved from wherever they are with their corrupt behavior, and they can take it elsewhere. Oh man, listen here, we're in trouble. We're in trouble big time.
Let me take this call. Good evening, you're live.
Good evening, Mr. Bain. Good evening, Mr. Morris.
Good evening.
I just called to make a statement, not really to ask a question. And to Mr. Morris, I thank God for you standing up and standing out and declaring all of that which you have shared with us this evening. And say to you, you have stood up and you have declared truth to the Bahamian people, and I can tell you that's all God wanted. That's all God wanted. One to stand up and open up his mouth where truth is concerned, and I can tell you many will follow you after the night. Many will come forward and start to confess. God bless you. We thank you, and we hope that you do the right thing because you seem to be a very just person. Yeah, and COI is a just party and a just team. So you take care and be encouraged and know that we are praying for you. We are praying with you. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Mom, and God bless you.
Thank you.
All right. Yeah, a lot of people respect what you're doing today. I respect it. I never thought I would see the day when real Bahamians have, the courage to actually stand up like this. I'm taking another call. Good evening, you're live.
Good evening, Mr. Morris. Mr. Morris, you are my hero, Mr. Morris. Thank you for standing up to the poor, for the poor people. That's a long walk for them if they don't want bus money or taxi money, Mr. Morris. And thank you, you're my hero. And I voted for the PLP just like you last time. This next time, I'm going to vote for Lincoln Bain, the COI. Good night.
Good night. Thank you. And this is what we need in this country. People who are going to stand up, and I'm going to put the PLP on notice that if there's any retribution towards Tyrone Rock Morris, it's going to be political war in this country. We're going to come forward. We will come forward in goodly numbers, and we will come for you wherever you are. All right, because we are tired of the corruption. All right? We are tired of the corruption. We hungry while you're living good. You're doing good. You're taking your flights. You're doing all these corruptions. You have the cronies talking about all the contractors going out there, the MPs who are putting contracts in other person's name so they could get it. All of the information is getting out there now, and we're tired of it. This government needs to step down forthwith. In any other country, you would have done so. And I'm telling you now, if y'all want a war, because Tyrone, when I put this out there on my Facebook to let them know that one of the government board members would be speaking out tonight, I immediately, within less than a minute of posting that on Facebook, I got a call from someone at the Prime Minister's office. They were nice and cordial. They wanted to know I was serious with that, you know, and they said they'll be watching.
Okay.
They are watching right now.
But guess what? They know now, eh?
Yes. And they said that, yeah, we need to snuff out corruption. They actually said that. But I want them to know, I won't expose who that was who called me, but I want you all to know that if you all touch Tyrone Rock Morris, it's war. All right? Simple as that. You can take that however you all want. If you all touch Tyrone Rock Morris for speaking the truth and exposing what he's experienced in that board, he's a whistleblower. The United Nations and treaties that we have signed does not allow you to touch him. It does not. Because he is speaking the truth. Let me tell you what to do. Go to the Consumer Protection Agency and clean it up. All right? Move Mr. Alcides from his government position. He needs to step down immediately.
I agree with that 100%.
He must resign. Now, Rock Morris, I can see how many people, how many media houses cover this because they have sold their souls. Mm-hmm. I want to see how many media houses cover this tomorrow. All of them are watching. We can see how much integrity we have in this country. They're watching right now. All right? Tens of thousands of Bahamians are watching this. We'll see how many media houses cover this. All right? And I say this to the government again.
Yeah. I need to, could we wrap up? Because my wife.
Yes, I know you got to take care of business where you are. Yeah. I really want to thank you for what you did. And I'm going to let you go and I'm going to continue the live. You can watch from your phone while you're taking care of what you're taking care of. But I appreciate that you would take the time to do this for the Bahamian people. Any last words you want to say to them?
My pleasure. No, I just think it's the right thing to point out to the Bahamian people where there's corruption, perceived corruption, or anything that is going wrong as related to me and your money.
And how could there be corruption at the Consumer Protection Commission that's supposed to fight corruption?
Yeah, well, that's when you have the wrong persons who put there because of the political. I voted PLP, right? But I know PLP. I voted PLP. But all of those people there, all of them are PLPs. Listen here, please. There's a sweet young lady there. I just wanted to know. Whatever I'm saying, it's not toward her. She's a decent person. She's decent. But the rest of them,
Which one is a good one?
Yeah, take care now. And thanks, Bahamas, for allowing me to share.
All right, all right, thank you, man. I appreciate you and stay strong, man. We'll be in touch.
Okay.
All right. Bye-bye. And so, ladies and gentlemen, that was Tyrone Rock Morris. What he did was valiant. I respect it 1,000%. What he did was valiant. What he did was not even, what he exposed was not even a tip of the iceberg to what is going on in this country right now. This administration is going to turn out to be the most corrupt administration in the history of this country when you see exactly what is going on. Don't you hear the voice notes? Don't you hear them? Their own PLPs are exposing them. Their own PLPs are exposing the contracts and the deals. The things that they're exposing, the police should be investigating right now. There's exposés talking about political cronies who are going to government offices and walking out with contracts, going shopping to different government ministries for contracts. Isn't there supposed to be a procurement process? Didn't the government admit to breaking the law as it relates to that so that they could give contract to who they want to give it to whoever is driving around shopping like Leslie Miller there? Leslie Miller, we're told also his building is also being rented to the government. Leslie Miller's building. That's where Robin Hood used to be. They already started renovating it. He mistreated his brother out there on the construction site, and his brother talked it. All right, what is this? I mean, Bahamas, we're seriously going to keep going back and forward and over through the same thing? Or we can move forward? I'm calling on all Bahamians under the sound of my voice, plenty of y'all watching this right now, to show up on June 2nd at 6 p.m. on Labor Day. We have a walkabout this weekend, Saturday in Angleton, and for who wants to join us, you can join us. But we're calling on you, all Bahamians, join us. Show them that you are serious by your numbers. Show them that you're tired. Don't sit back home and watch on Facebook to see how much people there are. You come. You take a stand. That's all I ask you to do. Stand with me. I'm going to take the blows. I'm going to continue to take the blows. They are fighting me in every way. They are fighting me every way you can think of behind the scenes. Trying to block everything they think I'm doing. I have to move like cloak and dagger. I'm willing to take the blows to save this nation. I'm willing to take the risks. I'm willing to be hated. I'm willing to stand in front of you and take the bullets. Are you willing to stand up and fight for your country? Stand with me. On June 2nd, we're going to release the first 6 of our shadow ministers. We're going to release more and more of them. On June 2nd, we're going to release the first 6 of our shadow ministers. And you're going to hear a vision for the new Bahamas. Because we had enough, man. Now, Walker Industries that got the $50 million contract for the prison. Walker Industries. Walker is the last name of the principals of that company, but that's only the last name because the mother, who was a Gibson, married a Walker. The mother, who was a Gibson, married a Walker. The mother, who was a Gibson, married a Walker. Shane Gibson, y'all want to explain to the Bahamian people what's going on with the Walker contract? Or y'all want me to do that for y'all? Y'all want to explain how this went from 50 million to 90 million? Shane Gibson? You see the same players showing up. Now you're hearing Jerome Fitzgerald name again. Now you're hearing Shane Gibson name again. They trick y'all to make y'all think, look at these new people, the new dynamic people that we have. Look at these new dynamic young people. Look at them. They are going to be the bridge to the new Bahamas. And we keep falling for this. And then after election, Shane Gibson, that's Brave Davis advisor, he's his right hand. Jerome Fitzgerald, he running the office of the Prime Minister. And the same shady deals are continuing. $90 million. That make the $54 million that Minnis did with all the West Coast look like a joke. That's almost double what Minnis did. And that's only one deal. $90 million Oh my God. That's money that goes, because they run it like a mafia. All of the important people are going to get theirs. The families are going to get their piece of the pie. The party is going to get their piece because I have to go towards winning the next election. And that's going to get split up. $90 million. Normally, it takes until probably the year before election or so for these kind of scandals to start coming out. But to come out this quick, Jesus, never before. Jesus. Ladies and gentlemen, spread the word. Talk to your family and friends. All right? Talk to your family and friends. Says 90 million. Who is 90 loyal? Oh my God. Wow. Grand God is $53 million from minutes. Wow. And all the West Coast got 54 million. And we keep repeating the cycle. The most interesting thing about what Rock Morris said tonight was that he reached out to Michael Pintard, told Michael Pintard that something was going on down there. He didn't give him the fine details of the names and who was who, but he told them this is what's happening. Michael Pintard ignored him. So you hear corruption going on in the government and you're interested. So you could stand up in the House of Assembly and make it seem like you're interested in the taxpayers' money. Oh, BEC, y'all didn't get the best deal. That's what the stuff they signed up for. BEC didn't get the best deal. What else did they have them sign up for? Oh, we need restrictions on dogs. We need to ban pit bulls. You see the stuff they have them sign up against? Someone tell me, oh, Pintard is gonna gain traction if he keeps traveling. If the Bahamian people are dumb enough to go back to the FNM and go to Pintard, they deserve everything they get. They deserve everything. I will have a different kind of lives after that next election. That every time Pintard screws Bahamian people, I will have a laugh party. And I'm dead serious with that. If the Bahamian people are fool enough to play with Fred Smith and Louis Bacon's lapdog, Michael Pintard, we don't deserve to have nothing. If you worry about the immigration situation, Michael Pintard was a puppet of Fred Smith. All that Togi and Bobo thing with Michael Pintard, he was working for Fred Smith, for Louis Bacon. The money was coming from Louis Bacon. So the money Fred Smith bragged he had, that was from Louis Bacon. And Fred was funneling it to the FNM to get rid of the PLP because NIGAD was funding them. But Pintard was the lapdog, you know. Can anyone tell me what Pintard does for a living? What's Pintard's job? What does he do? Someone asked me what I do. I'm an IT professional. I build websites, mobile app, and I do other technical stuff, and that's what I do. I have some very big and important clients. That's my main thing. I retired, made investments, and retired when I was 30. Went back into business because I was bored, but I'm in IT. That's what I do. Someone here, especially the FNMs, tell me what Pintard does for a living. I'll wait because I won't know. I know a time ago we used to do some poetry. I ain't see him bringing out no books or nothing. What does Pintard do? I'll wait. I'll eat some pineapples while I wait. And someone might say, why are you picking on Pintard? Because if you're going to tell me that a board member who voted for the PLP call you and tell you corruption happening on his board, and you had no interest in that, something wrong with you. Someone please, right, looking at the text. What's Pintard's job? What does he do for a living? Waiting. Nothing? Nothing. How do you criticize? How do you do this? How do you criticize the government for traveling and then travel with the government? Someone explain that to me. I'll wait because I know there's a lot of intelligence on here, and maybe some of you, maybe a little more intelligent. Maybe you might have an answer to that. How do you criticize? Someone said the joke is wild. How do you criticize the government about their travel, and then you travel with the government? And then they say, oh, well, all people had to go because the king summons them. The king can't summon nobody. Andrew Holness, from the Prime Minister of Jamaica didn't go. Jamaica didn't go. Did you see other members of the opposition there? He did not have to go. If it were me, I would have said no. Because I just criticized you for all this traveling. I'd say, take that money, use that 50, 60,000, maybe 100,000 you spent was going to spend on me and my wife trip. Let's give that to charity. Anyone figured out Pindar job yet? No? I'm running out of pineapples. Okay. The FNM is a non-factor. We're not going back there. That's the end of that. That's the end of that for me. Anyone should be ashamed to wear a red FNM shirt in this country right now. Ashamed. We are paying, and this is why I'm getting on him. He's in political. We are paying Michael Pintard $50,000 a year cash, plus perks, plus allowances, plus staff, bodyguard, phone, all this car, all this stuff, gas. We are paying Michael. So at the end of the day, with all the staff and all that, it's definitely over 100,000, probably closer to 200,000 is being, about $200,000. If you add the expenses for the office and all that, we're probably looking at $250,000 that we're giving him, at least. Yeah, probably about $250,000 that we're giving this man to oppose the government. We paid him for this, This ain't something that would be nice for him to do. This ain't like me, Maria, and others who out here doing this for the love of country. We paying him to do that. Someone say, plus he getting paid as an MP. Yes, thank you. That's another $24,000. So all that's what, $74,000, $75,000 right there. Plus, we probably got $250,000, maybe a little bit more that he's getting in total. Or a little more. Oh, plus the MP allowance, Jesus. That's another $100,000 a year, another $30,000 for the office and all. Man, that's way more than $250,000. This man right now managing probably about $400,000 of people money. It's just guessing. Don't hold me to that. All right, someone is trying to call in. If you don't call in, you call back. Pintard, we have you looking good. I don't know what other job you do out there, but the job we pay you for, the man called you and said, there's corruption going on, and you turn a blind eye. Pintard, why does it seem like you are turning a blind eye to everything in this country right now that's important? Pintard, Brave took the sovereign wealth fund. You announced the assembly. What did you do? What did you say? All this corruption going on all around us. What are you doing? What are you saying? Y'all talking about BEC. They didn't get the best rate on BEC. While people living in cars. Pintad, when the government raised the oil surcharge, what did y'all do? Nothing. Eh? When the government put VAT on bread basket items, what did y'all do? Oh, nothing. Nothing, Pintad? Seriously? Nothing? But you want to go around, flying around, shaking people out? I saw a post going around where someone sent a WhatsApp thing around where he was saying, as I can remember, that he's a member of the FNM. He is disappointed that he said he's in Grand Bahama because he said he was in a picture. And he said they call a constituency meetings. So they call in these constituency meeting and joint constituency meetings to lower the expectation so that they could, and then they call all their people to come on, not just people from the constituency, because he said they called him, WhatsApp, and told all them to come out. So they'll have a meeting, tell everyone, all FNMs come out, and then call it a constituency meeting for a particular constituency. So it looks like a lot of people in that constituency supporting them. That's the trick they play in right now because they don't have any support. Someone say, Clint Watson is watching. Clint Watson. We need to fire Michael Pintad. When you have your press conference again, can you let us know what Michael Pintad's job is? Because he ain't doing a good job at it. At your next press release, we need to know what's going on. And Clint Watson, since you watching, you saw that we just revealed that there's apparent corruption at the the Consumer Protection Commission. We need to know what's going on with that. Is that $100,000? $100,000 per month? $1.2 million? How much years is this contract? 10 years? Wow. What is this? $11 million? No. Or 12? Wow. Wow. Glenn, at your next press release, I need you to answer that, please. St. Clinton going to that nest. Clinton doing the two right now. All right. So that's what I really wanted to cover tonight. We got some more stuff to expose. I don't want this to be too long. We'll talk about another stuff another time. We see a lot of talks from this, what's his name, Director of Labor, you. We investigating you. I see you have a lot to say about Atlantis, but you. We need to know how you are dealing with your staff, Mr. Director of Labor. Are you victimizing your staff? Because I got a call from the sister of one of your staff members who said that because they standing up against corruption and what's going on, you doing certain things. There are whistleblowers in every ministry right now. Every ministry. So there's more. Department of Labor, y'all supposed to represent labor. Y'all can't be mistreating your own staff. Don't do it. They sent one of their staff members, senior staff members. I get the details of that later. So they transferred her to go work on a cubicle to spite her. She was hurt. She spoke to her family, and her family spoke to me. All kind of victimization is going on. I thought those days was over. Wow. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to make this too long. You heard it here yourself. You heard it from the director, deputy chairman of the Consumer Protection Commission. That's supposed to be protecting us about the apparent corruption that's going on there. How the PLP Cooney get his building and now it's either $50,000 or $100,000 in rent. Jesus. June 2nd, it's going to be a rally to remember. June 2nd, make sure you're there. Come out in full force. And make sure that we send a message to these corrupt animals that we've had enough. Unless you're satisfied. If you work for government and you scared to be out there, it can be dark. You know, light to that. They can see you, they can recognize you. But working for government don't stop you from, there's no law that says you cannot participate. Where it talks about participation in politics, it's talking about actually running. So when you actually pay your $400 to run an election, that's when you have to resign. But in terms of your rights and freedom to go to rallies and participate in politics, etc., they can't take that from you. That's not the truth. All right? Come out. Bring your family. Bring your children. Let's bring this change, man. Let's make this happen. Someone asked me, a question. They said, well, why are you going to do differently? So I'm a Bahamian. I'm a real Bahamian. And what greater legacy than it would be to be the one who actually made the change for Bahamian people when everyone else failed to do so? What greater legacy? Some people say, when you get there, you're going to realize why you can do something. There's no excuse. Someone said, the IMF, the World Bank, and this and that, and they put restrictions. No, they do not. The government uses that as an excuse so that they don't have to do what they want to do. They make y'all think that. They make y'all think that, but it's not true. No one is strong-arming the government to make any decision. All right? They don't want to do anything that benefits you. And it's simple as that. It's simple as that. And so I want to thank all of you who've been watching this. On Sunday, we're going to reveal and do some more. Make sure you're out there. We're going to rock this nation. There's going to be performers. Some artists are going to be performing. We're gonna have persons speaking. Our shadow ministers are going to be speaking to introduce you. The full details, but they're going to introduce you to the New Bahamas. The question is, are you ready? Are you ready for the New Bahamas? That is the question. I know I'm ready. Are there any COI t-shirts available? Yes, we have t-shirts available at the office. So you can go to the office in Pinewood and you can get your COI t-shirts. All right. It's time to change. You see these people, they started the campaign in the communities. They started to walk about. First time ever. It's because of us. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I love you. This is why I fight. I'm a proud, organic Bahamian. I'm unapologetically Bahamian. Unapologetically. Not apologizing to anyone for being a Bahamian and for loving my country and for standing up for my country. Who don't like it? Too bad. There's more to come. Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned. And see you next time. As usual, I'm going to leave you with some videos. And I hope these videos wake you up and shake you up. Because while you can't pay your bills, champagne and bubble they can't call you. Africa, yeah, come up like a solo solo. Yeah, come wine pan it colo colo. Yeah, come wine pan it colo colo. Stone ginger wine they can't call you. Like a African, shake like a solo solo. Every girl want to walk off of me. Every girl want to walk off of me. Every girl them a mad over me. All of a sudden them a dead over me. Every girl want choke for me. Every girl want grab piece. while you can't pay your bills, while the government can't pay its bill, while you suffering, that's what's happening. Just a quick reminder of what's going on. They beating you and bludgeoning you every election, and you go right back to them like an abused spouse. The same thing Leslie Miller bragged about doing to women, that's what they do to y'all every election.
That's like beating your wife or your girlfriend every time you go home. You just beat her for looking at her. I love you. Boom, boom, boom. I had a girlfriend that I don't beat. She used to tell me, I love her no more because I did. But seriously, I had one like that. I had one. You know, to tell me. You know that you're joking with that. I'm serious with that. I tell I get tired, but my hands a little hurt a little bit. Give a break. I'm telling you the truth. One thing I don't do is lie.
The man say he ain't joking. One thing you don't do is lie. He say he beat that woman to pieces. This is why we have an immigration problem.
Let me just say that I have always been a part of this community. And there's no accident I know how to do all the dancing. Because I always be and share with you. Because you are me and I am you. Yes, sir. And I'll be here with you always. And those who knew me from the past and know me now, they always knew that I was there and always been there for you. I don't call you all, no, you all are not Haitians, Bahamians. You are Bahamian, and your origin is Haitian. Mine too, and many of us. We have to stay apart for now so we can be together later. You know now.
Are you all ready and willing to go?
I don't know how you did this in 50 years. You look at history. Who does this? Show me anybody else that has done this in 50 years. I'm waiting. Show them to me. This wasn't done by money. Money doesn't produce visions. Visions produce money. You've had leadership over here that were visionaries, great visionaries, and their vision was more about the people than the money, because you can't accomplish this in 50 years without loving your people first, because the people are the ones that's benefiting from this. Look at your health care, look at your road system, look at your highway system, look at your airports. Who does this in 50 years? But who benefits? You're going to care about those people. It's something to be learned about what's been done over here that could be duplicated in the world, because there's people with this much money. You just don't have people with this much love for their people.
You know, a lot of people wonder how Dubai became a very big, famous and rich city.
You see, if you're comparing with Nigeria, listen to this. Nigeria has oil before than Dubai. It's a history. They are more rich than us. They have agriculture, they have mining, they have everything, you name it, they have it. Am I right or wrong? When you have a true leadership, which we have nothing, but we have everything because we have the right leadership. That's the only thing you need, a right leader for your country, not corruption. That's what brings your country at the top. You don't need anything. We want water, we don't have agriculture, we don't have mining.
That's quite interesting.
And that's Sheikh Mohammed. Number one, he doesn't know number two, he needs only number one. He says, I don't know, there's no number two in my book. Only number one.
I hear he doesn't ride in a convoy.
Sheikh Mohammed has no bodyguards. He walks around like a regular citizen. No one is trying to kill him. No one would dare touch him. He made every single citizen wealthy. Someone says, what makes you think the COI is going to do different? Because when we do different, we're going to be able to walk around like Sheikh Mohammed. With the people who realize that, wow, finally, someone did something different. But we had to break free of the PLP and FNM to make it happen. We are going to deliver a new union. About Angelson, please do. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. God bless you. See you next time.